it or juice it or make tea with it. So our daughter Nadine here, she helped do the the slideshow this morning. But I'd like to talk about how what you grow in your garden, you can juice or you can dry and make into tea. And a lot of the weeds as well that we think that are new, like stinging nettle, mallow, dandelions, that can be a nuisance to some people who don't want it, but you can actually juice it or dry it and make it into tea. And they have so much beneficial, there's so many anti-cancer, nutrients in those weeds. And a lot of Native Americans also used to use the amaranth, which was like a very powerful weed that would grow up to here. And now people are starting to use that grain again to incorporate into some of our gluten-free breads. So anyways, I like to show you how I make the juice in our slow juice presser, and also how I make some of the teas. So the difference, I know some of you might have questions like, oh, what's the difference between having a juice or a smoothie? Can I just use my Vitamix? The difference is with a Vitamix or one of those NutriBullets, you're going to get all the fiber. You're going to get all the nutrients too, but with juicing, you're pretty much concentrating all the chlorophyll and all the nutrients, really, really high amount into pressed juice that you would probably not consume a whole bowl of, in one sitting. So we've started juicing with my husband. His cholesterol and high blood pressure was like borderline. It was pretty high, where they were going to put him on all these meds, and so we completely changed and we started juicing. And he did a juice fast for about five days after watching Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, which is that documentary on Netflix. And when he went to the doctor a month later, everything was normal. Everything went back to normal. So we do believe in it. It's not the only thing that's gonna, you still need to exercise and low stress, and there's a whole balance, but juicing and teas are just one more thing you can take from your garden. It's a benefit. So here's the different kinds. There's green juices, which has a lot of chlorophyll. Vegetable juices, has more alkaline. Fruit juices, and those are the bullets of what the benefits are. And juice what you grow. Like a lot of you have kale in your garden. You can juice the whole thing, the stalk and everything. Lemon, any of the citrus could make it more tangy. Green apples. I like to add parsley or mint or cilantro, any of the herbs I have, just because it's just one more way to get it in your system. Beets and carrots, don't juice the leaves or don't do rhubarb. They have certain toxic elements in it that you don't want to juice certain items. So you do have to research what are favorable vegetables to juice. Celery is like, some people just use celery, and it's really good for your joints and arthritis. Cucumber, apple, and ginger. Pretty much I use all those.
All together.
The more I can, I even use burdock, which many people don't know burdock, but it's a root that's really, really long. I buy it at the Asian market, and they usually saute it in Asian dishes. It's a side dish, but you can actually juice it. And a lot of cancer teas, like Essiac tea, has burdock as a main ingredient. So, just want to show you the different ways you can juice. I will have samples there. And yes, good question?
Before you do that, can you kind of explain to them the type of juicers between the and
yes.
yeah, and then the centrifuge one?
I'm going to tell Charles to help me with that.
Okay, great.
Because we've had 3 different juicers. That's my husband. He has to do he juices for me sometimes.
So, as my wife was saying, it sort of started way back when I went to the doctor and I came home with a cholesterol level of like 299 or something like that. It was pretty high, and they immediately just wanted to put me on statins. And we decided that we would try to do some things to our diet before we jumped into that. And the first thing I did was start a juicing fast. And my first goal was, could I get through like 48 hours of drinking nothing but juice? And actually I lasted like, I went five days or more. Because once you get into the sequence of doing it, it really wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. And over the course of that, we went through a few different juicers. So the first juicer we actually got from her mom and dad, which was this big Angel pressing juicer that we really liked. And it's similar to that's sitting over there that's made out of metal. And basically what you do is you put the vegetable in, and it just squeezes it and pushes out the husk, and then the juice comes out of the bottom. After that one actually broke after a while, so we got a Breville, and that one's, we called it the airplane, because when you turn it on, it sounded like a jet was going on. Now the first thing we noticed with the Breville is that if you want to do leafy greens like kale and
Herbs,
things like that, it's such a high speed that you get a lot of waste. It doesn't press those leafy greens very much, so you end up having to use a lot more to try to get the same amount of greenness in the juice. So actually we got rid of that one and we went back to the press that we have here. And this is the type that we've been happy with, because it really just, especially since we do a lot of leafy things, it really squeezes those types of vegetables into a juice. I mean, both of them do cucumbers and things like that well. This one presses carrots really well too. A simple one, if you're not into the green juice, is just to take a little ginger, carrot, and green apple, and and it's pretty flavorful if you're new to juicing. But those are the 3 types we have.
But can you explain the first time you've had the juice?
The first time I had it?
Did you like it?
All right, it's like Drano.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like a fruit punch or anything like that. There's different ways you can do it. If you don't like the taste, most people tend to put more apple in it. You can even sneak in things like an orange if you want to, and of course lemon. So basically you balance more fruit in there than the vegetables. But as you get used to it, you generally use less and less of the apples and more of the greens, because you actually look for that flavor after a while.
So the more fiber you're taking in, are you also taking in more water so you're not dehydrating yourself?
Well, the water you get, what you're using there, is we generally get from the amount of cucumber and celery that we're using.
So you balance it out inside.
Yeah, so if you were to try to press just a bunch of kale, it would take you forever, and you'd have like one of these little things. But really the base of what gives you a lot of the juice is the cucumbers and the celery. And apple, of course.
Have you tried growing your own wheatgrass?
Yeah.
You can do wheatgrass.
Right.
Yeah, you can do wheatgrass shots.
Have you tried growing it?
Have you tried growing it in like a little
No, I haven't yet.
Should we do like wheatgrass shots and then everyone gets like an orange and bites it afterwards?
We can do that. It's easy. All you need is misters with the barley.
Oh, in the green, yeah. Yeah.
They've been feeding cattle with it instead of the normal feed.
Oh, nice.
So they have in Germany a system that's built just for growing the wheatgrass and barley and whatnot, and that's the entire feed of cattle. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, as far as like the Vitamix is concerned,
Yes.
Is there anything wrong with having the pulp in there?
No, we have the Vitamix too. And that's great if you're going to do smoothies and add the extra fiber. You can actually, with the Vitamix, what's great is you could actually put like coconut milk, you could put the flax seeds, the hemp seeds, and make it more, because we all need fiber, because we don't get enough with all the processed food that we eat. So Yeah, Vitamix is good for, but if you want the concentration of the chlorophyll, just all the leaves, without the fiber, then pressed juice is really good. And doing both is fine too.
We mix it up.
Yeah, you do both. Sometimes I feel like a smoothie, but this one, there's no real, it doesn't really fill you up as fast. It's just, and we do feel a boost of energy when we do juice. Anytime anyone's going under the weather and we're sick, we add juice to our.
Oh, yeah,
This is one of my books I got for Mother's Day, but I've been going through it. It has.
This is mine.
You got that for Mother's Day?
Juicy, but Can's book is very thorough. It has every single herb.
Weeds. I need glasses to read this. So I'll leave it over there, you can just look through it. I got this little book 30 years ago from the Natural History Museum in London. And I've had this ever since. And it tells you all the weeds that you can eat, mullein, feverfew that's in the garden, medicinal purposes. That's what this is.
This book will be there if you want to.
This book will be over here.
And I will send you everybody.
No, it's not.